With version 5.2 set to release in less than a month, let's take a look at everything we know about it in this video, including banners, free rewards, and much more. The Nahida and Hu Tao banners were released a few days ago. If you want to save an additional 20%, visit lootbar.gg. I will buy the 6,480 Genesis Crystals pack for $82, which costs $100 in the game. All I need to do is enter my UID and choose a server. Since every top-up goes through Genshin top-up channels, I received the double amount of Genesis Crystals for my first purchase and saved $18 on top of that. Lootbar has more than 4,000 5-star reviews. I used Lootbar to send dozens of welcomes from my giveaways, so I can personally recommend it. Use my link in the description to get an additional 5% discount. Version 5.2 is just around the corner, with the official release date set for November 20th, 2024. We won't have to wait too long to get a sneak peek, as the special program will air on November 8th. This live stream will give us the first official look at everything coming in 5.2. Expect details on the upcoming banners, new events, storyline updates, and even some juicy promo codes for free Primo Gems. Remember, those live stream codes only last for about 16 hours, so make sure to redeem them as soon as possible. I'll be posting the codes right away, so keep an eye out if you're looking to stack up on Primo Gems for those upcoming banners. All right, so let's jump right into the banner expectations for version 5.2. This time around, the lineup is looking pretty exciting, especially with both new faces and some solid reruns joining the mix. Based on current info, here's what we're looking at. In the first phase of 5.2, we're likely to see Chasca and Lyney as the featured 5-star characters. Now, Chasca is an intriguing addition to the game, and she's expected to bring some unique mechanics that could shake things up, especially with her versatility in team comps. Meanwhile, Lyney, who's been a favorite for many players, will also be back, giving anyone who missed him another chance to pull. There's also a good chance Ororon will appear as a 4-star alongside them, marking his debut. Moving to the second phase of 5.2, the Rerun Buzz is centered around Neuvillette and Zhongli. Neuvillette has quickly gained a solid fan base for his high burst potential, and Zhongli is always in demand with that unmatched shield support, which makes him invaluable, especially in tougher content. Plus, for anyone who's been enjoying Neuvillette's role as a powerhouse DPS, adding Zhongli to your team would be a fantastic complement for his survivability. It's interesting that they paired Neuvillette and Zhongli together, though. If you're up to date with the game's lore, you'll know that Neuvillette has a bit of history with Zhongli. So these banners have a bit of everything: new characters, fan favorites, and even some deep lore connections. This patch could be shaping up to be a solid balance of fresh gameplay and character development. I'd say for anyone eyeing these characters, especially if you're saving for someone like Neuvillette or Zhongli, this patch might be worth the wait. According to the source HomDGCat, Ororon, Heizou, Yao Yao, and Fishel are expected to appear as 4-star characters in version 5.2. HomDGCat has been accurate before, particularly with the 4-star predictions in version 5.1, making this info more reliable. As always, since this info is based on early leaks and some speculation, it's good to be ready for possible changes when the final banners are confirmed. But overall, these characters seem pretty likely to appear, so if any of them are on your wish list, get those Primo Gems ready. In version 5.2, we'll get another Archon quest, Act 5 in the Natlan storyline. Data suggests this act will be a bit shorter in content compared to earlier ones. Unlike previous Archon quests, there's no 500 Primo Gem reward this time, something the developers mentioned back in the 5.0 live stream. Although it might not be a long quest, this act will continue the main story in Natlan and prepare us for more in the following updates. Looking at the quest IDs, Act 6 is lined up for 5.3, meaning we'll likely get only one act then as well. In the meantime, expect most of the big events in 5.2 to focus heavily on Natlan, with the main event centered in the Pyro region, so no Dragonspine event. For version 5.2, we're set to explore an expanded region in Natlan, this time extending to the northeast. Based on insider info, this new area is expected to be as large as the first map of Natlan, so there's a lot of ground to cover. One of the key highlights here is that parts of this map will be hidden by a dense fog, especially in the high-altitude areas. Much like the fog mechanics we saw in Inazuma, players may need to clear it as they progress through the quests. This new map also introduces us to two distinct tribes in Natlan. First, we have the Flower Feather Clan settlement, which is high in the mountains and home to both humans and flying saurians of Natlan. This village will have soaring pads scattered around, making travel across these mountainous terrains easier and more dynamic. To the south, we'll encounter the tribe of the Masters of the Nightwind. This tribe is unique as many of its members are healers, adding an intriguing cultural layer to the region. With such diversity in landscape, lore, and inhabitants, this expansion is shaping up to be an exciting addition to Natlan's world. Now to the reactions buffs in 5.2. It appears that Superconduct, Electrocharged, Overloaded, and Shatter are all set to receive significant buffs in version 5.2. Superconduct will see its multiplier increase from 0.5 to an impressive 1.5, potentially making it far more effective for physical damage teams, especially for characters like Eula. Electrocharged is also receiving a major boost, with its multiplier rising from 1.2 to 2.0, nearly doubling its power. This means that electrocharged teams will pack a much stronger punch. Overloaded is getting an upgrade as well, moving from a 2.0 multiplier to 2.75. Already known for its powerful burst damage, Overloaded could now become a high-impact reaction in certain team setups. Lastly, Shatter is receiving a substantial enhancement, going from a 1.5 multiplier to 3.0. Shatter has traditionally been a bit underwhelming, but this buff could finally make it a viable reaction. In version 5.2, we're getting some small but handy updates along with extra rewards for players. First up, there's an exploration reward on the way. If you're quick to dive into the new region and explore within a set time frame, you can snag 400 Primogems as a bonus. It's a nice little motivation to start exploring as soon as the patch drops. For those who like their interactions smoother, there's a new dialogue navigation feature. Now, you'll be able to scroll through dialogue options with W and S and select responses using F. This should make choosing dialogue options quicker and easier, especially in long conversations. On the artifacts front, the artifact interface is also getting a revamp. You'll now have the option to sort 5-star artifacts by acquisition date, mark your favorite sets, and even lock unwanted sets to prevent accidental use. This update should make organizing artifacts much more straightforward. Also, for Xbox players, an exclusive treat awaits. To celebrate Genshin Impact's launch on Microsoft consoles, Xbox users can unlock the Emerald Flash Wings, a unique glider to mark this big occasion. Finally, treasure compasses are getting a boost. They'll now highlight Sealy and nearby challenges, helping you explore more effectively. These small updates together should make daily adventuring a bit more streamlined, letting you enjoy the game with fewer interruptions. In version 5.2, players can expect a total of approximately 74 free pulls as a free-to-play players, while those with the Welkin Moon will be able to reach around 100 pulls. This count includes daily commissions, event rewards, exploration bonuses, and additional Primogems from the new region, making it a solid update for anyone looking to save up for their favorite characters or weapons. Let me know in the comment what are you most excited about in 5.2, and if you want to save up to 20% on Genesis crystals, visit lootbar.gg. All you need is your UID and server. The link is in the description.